Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived at Abu Dhabi on a two-day visit to the United Arab Emirates. This is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to the Gulf nation in 34 years. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi will also meet with Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of United Arab Emirates and ruler of Dubai. The visit is expected to further boost economic, cultural and social ties between India and the Arab country. Prime Minister Modi has said that he is keen to foster a strategic partnership with the UAE, especially in security, energy and investment sectors. In an interview to Khalij Times, the Prime Minister said he would like to see a truly comprehensive strategic partnership evolve between the two countries. He said our armed forces would engage with each other more and would work together more closely at international forums in addressing regional challenges. On the second leg of his UAE tour, Prime Minister Modi will address Indian diaspora at Dubai tomorrow. This event has got a huge response from the Indian community in the UAE. Over 50,000 people of Indian community have got themselves registered for this event. Expecting positive outcomes from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the UAE, the Confederation of Indian Industry has hoped that the visit will help attract more funds from the Gulf nation into India's infrastructure sector. CII has said that the UAE is transforming itself into a knowledge-based economy and considering India's leadership in key sectors such as information and communication technology, biotechnology, drugs and pharmaceuticals among others, there are strong synergies between the two economies. In Jammu and Kashmir, with the killing of a woman this morning in heavy firing and mortar bomb shelling by Pakistani troops at several Indian posts in civilian areas along the line of control in Poonch district, 6 civilians have been killed and 9 others injured. Indian troops are retaliating Pak firing in Balakot, Hamirpur and Sojian sectors. Today is the 8th consecutive day of continuous ceasefire violations by Pakistan, which has resorted to firing and mortar shelling along the LOC in Poonch district since the 9th of August. Taking a tough stand, the Ministry of External Affairs summoned Pakistan High Commissioner Abdul Basit in New Delhi today to launch a strong protest over the recent ceasefire violations by Pakistani troops at the border in Jammu and Kashmir. Briefing the media in Abu Dhabi, MEA spokesperson said India has raised the issue at DGMO level on several occasions, but despite assurances from Pakistani military authorities, firing hasn't stopped. Ram Nath Kovind was today sworn in as the Governor of Bihar. Acting Chief Justice of Patna High Court, Iqbal Ahmed Ansari, administered the oath of office and secrecy. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, Assembly Speaker Uday Narayan Chaudhary, Chairman of Legislative Council Avadhesh Narayan Singh and other dignitaries were present at the occasion. In international news, Pakistan's Punjab Province Home Minister Shuja Khanzada was assassinated along with 8 others today when a suicide bomber blew himself up at his house in Shadi Khal village in Attock district. Rescue work is going on to retrieve the people trapped under the building which collapsed due to the bombing. An Indonesian plane with 54 people on board is missing in Papua region. Officials said contact was lost with the Trigna Air ATR-42 turboprop just before 3 p.m. local time after takeoff from Sentani Airport in the regional capital Jayapura. The plane was en route to the town of Oxybil in the south of the region. It was carrying 44 adult passengers, 5 children and infants and 5 crew. In Iraq, at least 21 people have been killed and many others injured in a spate of bomb attacks in the capital Baghdad and 2 nearby towns. The deadly attack was caused by a car bomb in the mainly Shia Sadr city area. The same district was hit by a massive truck bomb 2 days ago that killed more than 60 people and was claimed by the Islamic State. In the Chinese port city of Tianjin, casualty figures have risen to 112 after authorities recovered more bodies from the debris as 95 people were still missing. According to PTI, more than 700 people have been injured and 85 firefighters and 10 others are missing since the incident. About 722 people are hospitalized, of which 58 are in a critical or serious condition. 68 Indian nationals have been taken into custody while allegedly trying to enter the US illegally near Seattle in the US state of Washington. While the arrest dates of the Indians vary widely, majority of them were taken into custody this year and about half were arrested in the last days. Most of those arrested are from Punjab. In sports, Saina Nehwal's quest to become the first Indian woman champion in badminton ended in heartbreak